The screen door slams so hard the whole trailer shakes. Stanford? His father's voice cracks like a whip across the dusty Ohio night. Boy, you can't even pass algebra. Through broken windows, neighbors lean out, beers in hand, laughing until their cigarettes fall. A girl's voice cuts through the noise. Keep dreaming, trailer trash. Ethan doesn't flinch. His knuckles just go white around that crumpled piece of paper. They all laugh. Until the day the laughter stopped forever. Winter in rural Ohio bites like a debt collector. The single-wide trailer is wrapped in plastic sheets that flap like surrender flags against the harsh wind. His mom vanished 3 years ago, leaving a hole nothing could fill. His dad's passed out on the couch again, one arm dangling, a half-empty bottle still dripping onto the stained carpet. Ethan lies on the freezing linoleum floor, studying by the thin, weak beam of a dying flashlight because the electricity got shut off last week. Outside, the neighbors blast trap music that rattles the trailer's thin walls. Red and blue police lights paint the ceiling every other night like a broken, sad disco. But inside Ethan's chest, a fire burns quiet and fierce. It's the kind of fire that nobody in this town has ever seen, let alone believed in. It wasn't always this way. Freshman year, the day after his mom left, Ethan flunked every single class. His world had collapsed. Teachers stopped calling his name in class. They just looked away, as if he were already a ghost. So he became one. He took the night shift at Walmart, stocking shelves until 4 a.m., disappearing into the fluorescent hum of the aisles. He saved every single dollar until he could buy a scratched-up $40 laptop from a pawn shop. That old laptop, with its flickering screen, became his only window to a different world. Then came the SATs. The first time, he scored an 890. The second time, a 940. It wasn't even close to what Stanford was looking for. The rejection letter arrived on a Tuesday, cold and impersonal. We regret to inform you. He read those 4 words 47 times, as if staring at them long enough might change their meaning. At 19, his dad threw him out. He had $87 in his pocket and a garbage bag filled with his clothes. For 47 straight nights, Ethan slept in his rust-eaten '99 Civic, waking up to frost that had formed on the inside of the windows. Even his girlfriend left him. She kissed him goodbye in the empty Walmart parking lot after his shift. I need someone who's going somewhere, Ethan, she said, her words a final crushing blow. And you're just stuck. Every single time life hit him in the face, he'd wipe the blood, look at his tired reflection in the cracked rearview mirror, and whisper through tears. One more try. The third Stanford rejection letter hit him at 11:47 p.m. By 2 a.m., Ethan was sitting on the cold, silent train tracks just outside of town. A bottle of pills rattled in his shaking hand like dice he was finally ready to lose with. The world had gone quiet. Then, a pair of headlights swept slowly across the tracks. An old dented pickup truck pulled over. The door creaked open, and the old janitor from the local community college, a man Ethan had only ever nodded to, stepped out. He walked over without a word and lowered himself onto the rail right beside him. The silence stretched on, long enough for a distant train whistle to rise and fade into the night. Finally, the old man spoke, his voice as soft as falling snow. Son, are you quitting the dream, or are you quitting on yourself? The question hung there in the freezing air, sharp and clear. It was the difference between dying and taking one more breath. The old man reached into his worn canvas bag and pulled out a single red brick. It was rough and heavy, caked with years of dust. He pressed it into Ethan's trembling hands. Every single day, the old man said, you carry this brick in your backpack, all day long. To your classes, to work, even when you sleep. It doesn't matter. You don't take it out until the weight stops hurting. And when that day comes, you'll be ready. Ethan stared at the brick as if it were alive. From that night on, it never left his bag. His shoulders bruised, turning a deep purple. Sometimes the skin broke, bleeding through his shirt in the library bathroom while he sobbed over calculus textbooks. Cashiers at Walmart asked why he walked crook. Strangers on the bus stared at his sagging backpack and whispered. But every time someone asked him what was inside, Ethan just gave the smallest hint of a smile and kept walking. Because pain had become his teacher, and he had finally truly enrolled. 1 year later, Ethan walked back to those same train tracks at dusk. The brick felt strangely light in his hand, as if it had forgotten how to be heavy. The old janitor was waiting, leaning against his truck, his eyes shining in the fading light. Ethan held out the brick. The janitor touched it once, gently, almost with reverence, and he smiled. It was the kind of smile that knows how endings work long before they happen. "Son," he said, "talent is common. What's rare is the ability to hurt and keep moving forward. The world doesn't reward the smartest. It rewards the last one standing. You've already won. The acceptance letter is just paperwork now." He submitted his 5th application to Stanford. At 3:14 a.m., while restocking energy drinks on the graveyard shift, an email notification lit up his cracked phone screen. "Welcome to Stanford." Ethan dropped to his knees right there in aisle 7, tears mixing with spilled Monster Energy drink on the cold linoleum floor. Months later, he stepped onto the Stanford campus for the first time. That same red brick was riding shotgun in his backpack. On his first day, he set it on his dorm room desk like a trophy that no one else could see, a silent testament to his journey. 4 years flew by in a blur of lectures, late-night study sessions, and newfound hope. On commencement day, the valedictorian Ethan walked to the podium. In front of 15,000 people, he reached into his graduation gown, pulled out the weathered red brick, and held it high above his head for everyone to see. His voice was steady, strong, and unbreakable as he said, This is what carried me here." If you're watching this right now from a place that feels too small, too dark, or too difficult, type in the comments right now, "One more try." I will read every single one. Because your story isn't over. It's just getting started. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that matter.